morning, everyone. Good morning, relatives. My name is Wayne. Sorry about that. Wayne William Snellgrove, Saulteaux Tribe, Fishing Lake First Nation, Saskatchewan, Canada, Treaty 4 territory. And it's an honor to be here this morning. It's another beautiful morning, another beautiful way to start our day, to celebrate our day, to celebrate our life. So let's kind of jump right into it. Actually, let's do a little smudge out there. I know many of you have some smudge out there, so let's get that going. As Grandfather Tony always said, I really like to say this too. It's just kind of in case you haven't noticed. The more smudge pots and bowls that are going, the healthier the community. So let's do a little smudge this morning. Thank you for this beautiful, beautiful medicine. Thank you for this beautiful day. Thank you. Just thank you. Let's do a couple little things here. So, all right, a little polish on there too. A little southern medicine. So yeah, let's start with our usual. Little prayer this morning. Got a little pinch of tobacco. There. A little eagle medicine and Creator, Great Spirit, Kitchi Manitou, Bengwitch, thank you. Go is on to me. I love you. We love you. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this moment. Thank you for this time. Thank you for this circle. Thank you for life. Thank you for my first breath this morning. And we are hopeful for our next. We come here in a good way, to sit in a good place. Wonka pick, to sit in a good way, to sit in a sacred way, to learn to listen in a sacred way, to learn to see things in a sacred way, learn to touch things in a sacred way. We come here to do all this because quite often we fall short and we need help. And we understand this, and that's why we come to ceremony. That's why we come to this circle. We come here to help each other, to guide us, to learn about those things: empathy, compassion, love, everything that is comprised of the circle we want to be a part of, where we mean no harm in what we do. We come in a good way, a humble way, in a sacred way. So thank you. So thank you again for bringing everyone here to this circle. Thank you for making this circle so beautiful, so strong, so powerful. Thank you for allowing us to have this circle. Oh, good one, this one. Good. So once again, my name is Wayne William Snellgrove, Saulteaux Tribe, Fishing Lake First Nation, Treaty 4 territory. A couple things. If you're new here, welcome. Welcome here. There's one of those concepts that we talk about, that I like to talk about, and it's real important. And I write it in my notes before the circle every day, and that's hollow bones. And it's really important that we understand what that is. And that there's what we say, the Great Spirit out there, and there's a circle here. And so that great spirit, that great kindness, that great gentleness, that great love, that great compassion, the hollow bones allows to flow through our hollow bones, my hollow bones, to you. So I'm in the service of of the Great Spirit, and I'm in the service of the circle. Once again, I am not leaving this circle. Everything is focused and guided with service and humility. There's no hierarchy here. So please don't put me up here because I'm not, because I'm sitting right next to you. So that's the way that works. This is a prayer circle too. One beautiful grandmother out there remind me every day, hey, remember everybody. So, okay, it's in my notes every day now to start out to. If anybody needs any kind of prayers, this is a place to put it. Like I said before, every drop of rain changes the world forever. Every prayer that we say here in this circle changes the world forever. So let's really put that intent, that healing, love and light intent out there. And again, let's be a little bit more mindful about, not just the two-leggeds, not just the two-leggeds. Let's keep, there's a lot of other life out there, and there's a lot of other sacred circle that really need our prayers. They're really, they really need our prayers for what we do in here. So let's be mindful of those, because as humans, we're really short-sighted, and we think the world revolves around the two-leggeds. So it doesn't. The world can survive without the two-leggeds. Gentle reminder. The trees don't need us to survive. So the beavers, four-legged, the buffalo, they don't need us to survive. But we need them. So anyway, and also suggestions from, there's a bunch of mothers and grandmothers out there. I haven't heard from too many dads yet, but this is also a really good place to kind of share, kind of sit with, and make this kind of like a family affair. This is really PG here, so so we don't talk about too many specific things as far as trauma and abuse type things. So we try to keep it PG here. So just be mindful. There's a mother that reminded me of that the other day. Hey, look, let's just, her daughter's 7 years old. So, we have 7-year-olds out there, and we're so honored to have the little ones out there. I'm so excited to have those families and communities out there. And also, before we begin, I have, I've been getting a couple messages lately. Every tribe is different. I'm Saulteaux. We do things a little differently than other tribes. We have similar ceremonies, like we do rain dance, and the Southern Plains, they do sun dance. And we're not here to judge to see who owns any kind of ceremonies or any kind of rituals or any kind of thing. Like nobody owns the smudge, nobody owns like the sweat lodge, nobody owns like the medicine wheel. That there's a thinking out there that is started in one place, and that tribe or those tribes or those people in those tribes think that they kind of own that, and that's really a misnomer. So the Great Spirit talks to all of us. They talk to all of us. It talks to all the ancestors and all the elders, and they speak to them in which a way that will benefit the tribe the most, the people the most. So that's why there's variance in certain ceremonies. Like there's no one right way to do a sweat lodge. I've sat in probably 36 different kind of tribal sweat lodges, and they're all beautiful. They're all absolutely beautiful. There's not one way to do it like right. You're doing it wrong, you're talking about a medicine wheel wrong, it's not about right or wrong. This is about the way the Spirit is guiding us, guiding the elders, guiding all that. So So thank you. So thank you for that and that gentle, reminder. Um, so what is today? If someone could put today's on the feed here. Okay, February 12th. I think it's February 12th, right? So. All right. Okay, so let's jump right in. I think we're going to do February 12th here, and then we're just going to look at February 12th here. We go, for the benefit of a newcomer, we go over Daily Medicine, which is a book that I wrote, which is inspired by the hollow bones, the spirit of the hollow bones and being directed and guided. So this is much more creator success than mine. And we also go over, for the benefit, there's a couple new people out there, for the benefit of those that are new, we also go over meditations with Native American elders. I know you see it backwards, so that's why I'm doing that. And it's from John Coyes. He's a Mohican, and he runs a nonprofit called White Bison, which has a program called Wellbriety, and it's just 12 steps and, the medicine wheel type thing, hence the medicine wheel here. So, actually, tell me to go here first, so it's, all right. Okay, we're gonna go over February 12th. If anyone wants to put that in the feed. February 12th, we're just going to go over the Elders quote because there's a whole page of stuff here, and we don't have 2 hours here in the morning to do this, so we gotta hurry. We're going to do both today, and this is really, really beautiful. February 12th, Winter Meditations with Native American Elders. The spirit still has something for us to discover. An herb, a sprig, a flower, a very small flower maybe, and you can spend a long time in its contemplation, in its contemplation and thinking about it. Lame deer, Lakota. So let's read that again. It's really kind of similar to what I just spoke about. So it's very, very in alignment. So the spirit has something for us to discover. An herb, a sprig, flower, a very small flower. Maybe you can spend a long time in its contemplation and thinking about it. Lame deer, Lakota. That's really beautiful. Thank you, lame deer. You know what I'm hearing from that reading is, again, like the big picture is about connection. It's about connection. And what he's talking about with really small flowers is those small, beautiful things. Often we talked about a couple of days ago, maybe last week, about noticing, those small, beautiful things that are in other sacred circles. A flower is a part of another sacred circle. The circle of it's part of the big circle, but those small sacred circles. Like the True Leg is a sacred circle, and the Buffalo Nation is a sacred circle. The turtle is a sacred circle. But the thing is, we have to understand that we are part of that sacred circle also. And that sacred circle is also a part of us. And what the elders and what the old ones say is always get in alignment with those sacred circles, those beautiful medicines, those powerful, powerful spirits. We have to get over kind of like if it's really small, then the spirit's really small, kind of thing. We as humans think like if it's bigger, it's better, and that's a really colonial idea. But what lame deer is really talking about here is size really doesn't matter when it comes to listening. And he's talking about listening, contemplation, sitting with Wankapik, sitting in a sacred way, listening to. I'm constantly going over, because my elders constantly, because my father talked about it, and Grandfather Tony talks about it. It's about sitting with, sitting with those beautiful, beautiful things, in the colonial world, we think, oh, it's just a freaking flower. Why would you sit with a flower? There's nothing sacred about this. But really, we know as Indigenous how beautiful even just a little flower is, how beautiful, how powerful. The miracle, it took 1 billion things to go right for that flower to bloom, to be a flower and to bloom. Like 1 billion things had to go right, had to be in alignment. And now at the end of all that, we have a beautiful little flower. It could be a dandelion, the Western world thinks dandelions are like some sort of weed, but it's really it's really a flower, it's really a flower. It's part of the sunflower nation, so, it's really, really beautiful medicine, it's really, really beautiful medicine, and we as Indigenous understand this, and we know this because our ancestors have spent a lot of time communicating with this. What does communicating, how does that work? There's some days, let's take for me, some days are good days, and some days are better days, and some days, but I have to go back to what is beautiful and what is powerful, and I need help doing that. So that's why we, as Indigenous, we carry the medicine to help guide us. It's a place of humility, and listening to, like, if I'm having a difficult day, I'll just sit here, and it's just a difficult moment. I will sit here and just pray with the eagle feather for help and guidance, and to just listening to. The eagle medicine goes straight to the ears of Creator. Every word, every breath, and everything we say goes straight to the ears of Creator. So we really want to have that really beautiful focused connection and intent. So the eagle really reminds us of that. To be really focused, that every word is a prayer, to be prayerful, to be mindful. And again, this is another way that we connect. Some of us have medicine bag. I have a medicine bag upstairs. It's really, really beautiful. It's got some really sacred tobacco and traditional medicine in there, and cedar and all that. So that's why we wear that. That's why we just don't wear it when we go to ceremony, because we understand we're always in ceremony. So this is always a beautiful place to be mindful. So when we're sitting there, with those little flowers, that's another beautiful nation that we really want to be a part of, and a part with. So okay, so let's move on to. And I want to hear from you too. I want to hear, in the spirit of we are the medicine, I want to hear from you too. So I want to hear from what your thoughts, concerns, questions. Also, yes, thoughts, concerns, questions. Please keep them coming also. So, okay, let's go to daily medicine. If get a volunteer to put that in the feeds there, so that's good. So February 12th. When it comes from our heart, it can't help but touch someone else's. Let's read that again. What time are we at? Okay. When it comes from our heart, it can't help but touch someone else's. Let's just sit with that. Again, short reading, powerful reading. What are your thoughts about that? What does that mean to you? What does that mean to you? just lighting a little sage here. A little Palo Santo. Sorry about that. Little smudge. So what does that mean to you? When it comes from our heart, it can't mean you. All right, let's talk about this. Let's just go over this real quick. So what are they talking about, heart? Let's just touch on that, when it comes from that place, when it comes from that beautiful, beautiful place, that's what they're saying about. Touching that, our heart is the door between the seen and the unseen. The physical and the spiritual, there's a veil there, and the veil around the heart is sometimes very, very thin, with the power, Don Corey's beautifully talks about. If you ever get the chance to listen to Don Corey's, please take that opportunity. And he talks about spirit of intent, spirit of intent, let's just start there, let's see. Actually, Kelly says authenticity can't be faked. All right, so that's another way to look at that. Thank you, Kelly. Tracy, good. My thoughts are everything. Four-legged, good, beautiful. This is really, really, really beautiful. Speak your truth. Speak from the heart. And when it comes from the heart, it's when my cousin said, this is all about heart medicine. This is all about heart medicine. What we're doing here. He's Cree. He's from Onion Lake, and it's all about trying to connect the hearts, from my heart to yours. So this touches upon that. It said, well, it comes from the heart. It can't help but touches yours. So there's a connection there. There's intent there. So when it comes from there, it has to be, like Kelly says, authentic. Good, bad, ugly. It doesn't have to look pretty. It doesn't have to look pretty. Often in healing situations, in healing circles, and healing ceremonies, it doesn't look pretty. And that's okay. It's okay not to be okay. Like we all want to think of like rainbows and talk about flowers, talk about rainbows and flowers and touching the heart and being really tender and finding that moment too. And that's right. What's also right is that connection, and sometimes that connection comes through a place of sadness too, a place of I understand what you're going through. I can relate to what you're going through. And when we do that, there's a bond that forms. And that's what we're looking for. That beautiful bond, that beautiful connection, that beautiful relationship, with other people, And after Tracy just talked about what I wanted to talk about too, so we're in alignment. So, again, when it comes from our heart, it always touches someone else's. And this is not just, like a two-legged thing. From two-legged to two-legged. That's a good place, Don't stop doing that, But in addition to, we have to give our hearts to other circles as well. And Tracy was talking about the four-leggeds. The four-leggeds. Just like those four-leggeds, man. If you have a four-legged out there, they're little love muffins. That's what they are, man. They're just like with a cat, dog, they're really just, they're love muffins. And so I get that, but let's think a little bit bigger than that. We can put our heart and we can touch all hearts. Let me tell you a little story. Okay, 8:27, not bad. Okay, let me tell you a little story. So what was really, I don't know, about 4 or 5, maybe 6 years ago, I was really contemplating about the heart medicine. What is it? Really just sitting with. I had to sit with that, man. I just really, really did. It's one of those things. Spirit kept pinging me. Just sit with it. Just sit with it. You need to sit with it. So every morning, I would sit with that medicine. I would sit with that medicine. I would just sit there and just pray and have some bill and I, just sit with that. Just sit with that. Play the flute. I think I posted it on online too. One of the pictures from the Red Door Sanctuary. That's where it was in Miami, and I would sit there and I said, you know what? And there's beautiful trees there. We have live oaks there in Florida. So I asked the spirit of the live oak. Actually, this is really in alignment with what Lame Deer said today. Sitting with, honoring, listening to, connecting to. And so I was really trying to connect with the standing people, the tree nation. And as humans, we're very short-sighted. We have a hard time really thinking past ourselves. We are really super selfish. The two-leggeds are really super selfish. The rest of the world is just kind of rolling their eyes like, oh my God, the two-leggeds are like just killing us again. So not funny, haha. I don't mean that. But so I'm asking the tree, where is your heart? Because I really want to know. I just, hey, and the beautiful thing came back is, and this is really beautiful, and I sat there and cried for like half an hour. It's all heart. That's what they said. And I go, wow, I would have never come up with that. I would have never, ever in a million years come up with that. So I actually went up to the tree, just pretend this is the tree. I just kind of went up to the tree and I touched it. I said, oh my God, it's just like beautiful. It's just absolutely beautiful. And then I went up to like the branches and I touched the branches too. And I said, wow, that's amazing. That's absolutely so beautiful and so powerful and so amazing. And the whole thing is all heart, It's heart. Not in like the traditional, again, we have to get out of the traditional boom thing, the physical heart, but the spiritual heart. That's what I'm talking about. The spiritual heart, that tree, and it goes to all the other standing plant nations out there too. Like they all have, got to that place where I could feel the energy running through it, man. It was really beautiful. It was really just like, wow, it gave me this whole new perception, whole new way to love and understand and connect to all the tree nations, all the plant nations. They're all heart. That's it. They're all heart. I didn't know that. I didn't know that going in. And thank God, thank God, thank God I was able to, thank God the elders told me to do that. Thank God the spirits guided me to do this, to make that connection, to make that understanding, to make that power. So I offer you this medicine too, same as Lame Deer. Lame Deer's talking about the same thing. Lakota, thank you. Talking about the same thing. About sitting with, let's just touch this, let's just reinforce this a little bit. So the spirit still has something for us to discover. Okay. The herb, the sprig, the flower, a very small flower maybe, but you can spend a long time in contemplation and thinking about it, honoring, building that relationship. Lame Deer. So thank you, Lame Deer. Thank you for bringing that and honoring that beautiful that beautiful teaching. So again, again, so beautiful, so powerful, but yet so simple, and yet it's right in front of us every day, every day. that we can make those beautiful, beautiful connections. So. I'm debating whether to go on or not, but it's 8:32 now, so I really want to kind of keep this a little shorter. As almost. Okay, let's move on to announcements. Book giveaway. Thank you, Sandra Rivers, for bringing this medicine to the circle. If you need a book, Daily Medicine. There are people out there that can, like you have a couple extra dollars, and you can offer this book to someone in the circle here. Thank you. And for those of you who are struggling a little bit financially and really want and need a book, get together in the circle. Let me know. Let Sandra know. Again, let's not put it on the shoulders of a few people. If you got a few extra dollars to offer for a book, let's go ahead and do that. Big shout out to Jim Burns, I know, and Tracy Joseph Crest. Beautiful. Thank you for everything that you've done. You guys are really, really big supporters. I love you both. Thank you for, they're really, the medicine is we are the medicine. We share the medicine. We keep wanting to share this beautiful, beautiful medicine from Spirit. So thank you. Okay, next announcement, 2 p.m. today, Standing Bear, me, Kanipa with Makwa. Story time again today. Story time. And have a couple stories in mind. Haven't quite decided. I think I'm moving in the direction of one, but we'll see what Spirit has to say. Usually Spirit, I think last week Spirit just kind of smacked me. It was 10 minutes before the live, and Spirit just kind of changed the channel on me, and I'm like, okay, all right, I'll tell this one. All right, so I'm thinking of telling the certain story, but I'll just sit with that and see what Spirit. So that's today, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is all Eastern Standard Time. So so if you want to join us for that, because I know many of you really just send me a lot of beautiful requests, and we love your stories. So, and again, these aren't my stories. Thank you, Grandfather Tony Stonehawk. I have to always be thankful for him and his medicine. I really have to be thankful. So it just, man, to save my life, man, I wouldn't be here if it weren't for him. The elders. This is the elder Grandfather Tony. So also, there's a podcast today, but there's a little hiccup there. It might be at 10 a.m. Noon, but then she said it might be 3 p.m. Mountain, so we'll kind of sort that out. But as soon as we do, I'm going to talk to her right after the live here, and post that too. So post that too. That's going to be a Zoom thing too. So I will post all that on the feed here, and also on both pages too. So I think that's it. Oh, and the podcast is with Julie Woodup. She's out of Colorado. She runs a shamanic art center out in Colorado, and I've been invited out there to hold some lectures, some ceremonies too. So whenever this thing goes away, I'll be on my way too. So that's very, very, very exciting. So I love you all. If no one said that they love you today, I love you all very, very much. This is just a beautiful way to start a day, to just kind of sit with, really connect with, a beautiful, beautiful set of people and hearts and spirits and, all those things, that you bring to the circle, And again, it's important to know, we want all of you here, good, bad, the ugly too. It's important that we represent all those. And again, in the spirit of, it's okay not to be okay. That's why we come to ceremony. There's a mission, and that was a question I had the other day. Oh, well, I can't come. I feel bad. Well, some days you need the circle, and some days the circle needs you. So that's just kind of that's what the ancestors told me, man. So, we don't we don't all have to we don't have to be perfect here, and I'm not asking you to be perfect here. You are beautiful and you are enough exactly the way you are. Exactly the way you are. And sometimes you need the circle and sometimes the circle needs you, because we all kind of ebb and flow. We all feel really good, and that's when the circle needs you, and sometimes we're a little bit down here, and sometimes you need the circle type thing. But the thing is, we can't, again, sharing that medicine, good, bad, the ugly too. So I'm getting pink left and right here. So this is kind of like, because we're all going through something, and I get that. I'm with you. And you can talk about it in a general way. You can message me too. This is just, again, prayer circle. If you need some prayer, say, I got some personal things going on. I got some health things going on. I got some, interpersonal, relationships going on. I got this going on. I got that going on. Oh, the woman's, oh yes, thank you. Chanel is on it. Oh my gosh, Chanel, thank you. Thank you. One more announcement. So the women's group, yes, the women's healing circle, Monday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Zoom. Chanel, you were awesome. You were awesome. Thank you. I love you. You're awesome. Thank you. I think I just took a big step away. I kind of started that, and because I love you, women, and as men, you need your power, your strength, your voice, and that's kind of where that came from. And then I knew eventually I was going to just step away from that circle and just know that circle is in there, and they're doing their thing, man. And so I guess I'm in that place right now, in that place of just honoring that space and know the women are in there. So the women, that's for women only. Also, there's, had a situation too, a request the other day. I think I'll just talk to Sandra and Chanel about that too. Because the females are energy, and sometimes males have that female energy, the two spirits. So we'll talk about that. So, but it's really your circle. I'll just kind of give that to you. So anyway, that is it. Chanel, you're awesome. Let's close out in the usual way. Let's take the standing nation will take us out. The cedar, specifically the cedar circle, will take us out. So So thank you. So thank you, everyone. It's been an honor to be of service to you this morning, the circle, and the Great Spirit this morning. Again, if you're new here, we do this every day at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we also do it at 9 a.m. on the weekends. So all Eastern Standard Time. And again, one more thing. Let's take what we got here today, what we learned today, and let's carry that with us the rest of the day. Again, the old ones always say the ceremony really begins after the ceremony. It's easy to feel beautiful and special and wonderful here, but we have to carry that to all other circles out there. That's the real ceremony right there. So I love you all. And hopefully I'll see many of you later today. So once we get that podcast thing cleared up, I'll post that right away. So thank you for your patience with that. I love you all. Bye-bye.